everyone, my name is Roya, and today I'm coming to you with what I plan to read in November. So I'm going to be participating in Covers with Cassidy's Knock It Out November readathon, which is basically a totally like no real rules or anything readathon, entirely about, you know, whatever you have to do to catch up on your reading goals for the year, since it's almost the end of the year. And I was kind of going to do that anyway, just sort of use November as sort of a catch-up month or whatever, but I thought it sounded really fun to do an actual readathon about that. So anyway, I'll leave a link to her announcement video down below in the comments. But basically, so I'm going to kind of go over in this video what some of my reading goals were for the year and what I need to do in order to meet them. So I have three goals really that I'm going to talk about. So one was to get my NetGalley percentage up to 80%. And there's no way I'm going to get to 80% because I'm still below 50% right now. So if you're not a book reviewer and you're watching this, NetGalley is basically a site that provides reviewers with review e-copies. And you know, your percent is basically about how many of them you read and reviewed and all of that on there. So in order to keep getting books that you request on there, you have to keep up that percentage and not fall into like the terrible percentages or whatever. Anyway, so I am going to try really hard to read some of those books. I'm not necessarily going to go over which ones because I really don't know and it really depends. But anyway, other than that, my goals are, you know, my goals for this year were to read 120 books. At the time I'm filming this, which is at the very end of October, I am 10 books behind. I've read 89 books this year, 89 or 90, something like that. So I am about 10 books behind where I'm supposed to be right now. So in order to get to the end of the year, I actually have to read 30 books instead of just the 20 that I should be at right now. So I'm going to really try to read a lot of short books this year and try to make it so that I can read 20 books this month. Yeah, so anyway, then the other goal that I was going to talk about is the fact that I wanted to read as many of the books that I got this year as possible, and then also as many of the books that I got last year that I still haven't read as possible. And also the year before that as well, because there really are not that many of those left. But overall, so this is going to be about some of the books that I plan to read, and I'm going to really try to stick to this and do my best to read all these books. This is not going to be all 20, because of course I'm going to listen to a couple of audiobooks, read a couple of ebooks, that type of thing, in order to you know, meet that NetGalley goal. And I don't know which ones those are going to be. But basically, I have 15 books here that I'm going to go over. So starting with the two that I'm currently reading, that I don't have I'm already like a third of the way into each one. So we have Phoenix Rising and A Spark of White Fire. Both of these are not that long. I'm about a third of the way into each of them. I maybe have like 200 pages left of each one. So if I really sit down and read them both, I should be able to get through both of them pretty quickly. Then I have 3 books out of the ones that I got last year that I still haven't read, of which there are really not that many left, but I picked the 3 arguably shortest ones: Last Memoria, Sword and Verse, and Wildwood Dancing. Then I also have Anna Kay, which I actually got at the end of 2020. So this is going to be the one from 2020 that I try to get to this month. There are definitely more than that that I have from the year before last, but since I've heard that this book is really good and a really quick read, I think I'm going to try to get to this one especially. And also part of that is because this is also a hardcover book that, you know, I don't have that many unread hardcovers, so I don't really have a shelf for them. So once I've read it, if I'm planning on keeping it, it can just go on the normal hardcover shelf. And then I don't actually remember if I initially got this book this year at the very beginning of this year or if it was last year. I think it was actually this year. But anyway, Blood Scion. I'm planning on getting to this one as well, mostly because the publisher did also send me the ebook on NetGalley before they sent me the book. So by reading this one, I'm also knocking out one of the NetGalley arcs that I have. The rest of these books are ones that I got this year, that are basically the shortest ones or the quickest reads, sort of. So firstly, Black Cats and Evil Eyes. This is a really short book. It's just about different superstitions and stuff. I think I can read this super quickly. Storm of Locusts by Rebecca Roanhorse. This is only about this is like under 300 pages. Certain Dark Things by Sylvia Moreno-Garcia. This is also under 300 pages. The Tenseret series by Neon Yang. If I actually log this, if I actually keep track of this as 4 separate books, since this is a bind up of 4 books, I can actually count this as 4 books, basically. Catfishing on Catnet and Chaos on Catnet. Hold Me Closer Necromancer, seeing as I want to read this so that I can see if my friend wants to read it or not, basically is part of why I'm reading this. So I figure sooner rather than later is probably best. And All Boys Aren't Blue. So those are the books that, you know, a lot of these are mostly on this list because I'm the most excited about them and because they're the shortest or arguably the quickest reads. So whether or not I'll necessarily get to all of them this month is totally, you know, yet to be seen. But we'll see. Basically, I'm going to do whatever I can to try to catch up because I am literally just so close to the goal, but I really have to like read a bunch of shorter books and quick reads and such in order to get there. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you've read any of these, which ones you think I should get to first, and let me know what you're reading this month and if you have any goals that you're working on towards, you know, any reading goals that you're trying to meet by the end of the year. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you very soon with a new video. Bye!